Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and I have a product that I think is going to be really a great help for the homeowner to have a tool chest or a tool box with most everything that they would need for basic maintenance around the house, those little repair jobs and stuff. This is the Sundprey 379 piece set. Yes, that is a lot. And we're going to open this up and see the 5 compartment trays that are in this package. First, I'm going to pick it up and let you see. It's not really that heavy. It's easy to grab and carry. You got everything you would need in here for one of those little repair jobs around the house. And it's easy to carry. It wouldn't be something that's too hard for most people to handle. And you just take it with you to that room or garage or wherever, auto, and for the repair job. So let's examine what we have. There's no user manual because these are individual tools. So let's open it up. Like I say, there's 5 compartments. You got to lift up, and it even shows you to lift up here, and then drop this down, and then you're going to pick up on this, and I have to clear that, so I'm going to pull it out so it'll go under there. And it's got these straps right here which holds that top in place right there. And this is the first 2 trays, and we're going to look at first. And these would be some of the basic stuff that you might need around the house. But there are some things like the ratchet here. The sockets are in these side compartments. And I'm just going to show you that right now. Right there, this will fit all of your sockets. And you have both 3/8 and 1/4 inch over here. And I have a little layout that I'm going to show you that does not come with the package, but it may be very helpful for you to do a screenshot on the Amazon website for the product. You're going to see this. Okay, there are the 5 trays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there's one more tray that I haven't shown you yet, which we will get to. This is a pull-out tray right here. But the main thing I wanted to show you that here are all of the locations identified and how many components are in there. Like 31 is this section right here with the 1/4 inch sockets, and 31 over here is showing 12 1/4 inch drive sockets, and right on down the line. So it'll make it easier to find out the location of the tools that need to go back and where they go. Now we're going to show you the 5th tray, and here it is. Just lift up, and you can take this out with all the other stuff still intact. It's independent, and it will pull all the way out. So you got your wrenches, your slip joint pliers, extra saw blades for your little hand saw, and you have a little kit here with very small tools in here and the handset. And right here is a number of things. You get zip ties and drill bits right here. So the only thing lacking in the kit is a cordless drill. But if you have one of those, that makes everything complete. You get an assortment of these drill bits. So a lot of stuff here. It's not the highest quality, but it's not important if you're using it for home. You're not going to be using it all the time. So quality, the top quality is more for the professional that would be using this a lot. Okay, let's go through and look and see what we get now. Starting in the top, right here, a level that is nice to be able to level something up, and it has a magnetic strip on one. This is for viewing it if you're laying it down, but if you want to stick it up on something, and there it's level, my cabinet is. That's good. Now, going over here is a pencil. It's flat, it's carpenter's pencil. Doesn't roll away, and right in here, you don't have to go looking for it. You get these two, I'm not going to take them out. They're rubber handled, and they got a swivel on the end. It's both flat tip and Phillips. Now, this is a nice little tool right here that all homeowners should have, and it's a voltage tester. Inductive means it will test voltage that's in a cord or something. Now we're going to show you the fifth tray, and here it is. Just lift up, and you can take this out with all the other stuff still intact. It's independent, and it will pull all the way out. So you got your wrenches, your slip joint pliers, extra saw blades for your little hand saw, and you have a little kit here with very small tools in here and the handset. And right here is a number of things. You get zip ties and drill bits right here. So the only thing lacking in the kit is a cordless drill. But if you have one of those, that makes everything complete. You get an assortment of these drill bits. So a lot of stuff here. It's not the highest quality, but it's not important if you're using it for home. You're not going to be using it all the time. So quality, the top quality is more for the professional that would be using this a lot. Okay, let's go through and look and see what we get now. Starting in the top, right here, a level. That is nice to be able to level something up, and it has a magnetic strip on one. This is for viewing it if you're laying it down, but if you want to stick it up on something, and there it's level, my cabinet is. That's good. Okay, and then you just pop this baby back up there. And actually I found it goes better like this. It will not come out if you put it in there where it snaps in there. Okay, now going over here is a pencil. It's flat, it's carpenter's pencil. Doesn't roll away, and I've already sharpened it so that if you need to make marks and everything, you've got your pencil right in here. You don't have to go looking for it. You get these two, I'm not going to take them out. They're rubber handled, and they got a swivel on the end. It's both flat tip and Phillips. Now, this is a nice little tool right here that all homeowners should have, and it's a voltage tester. Inductive means it will test voltage that's in a cord or something. What it'll do is make a lightning bolt when you touch here. We're going to try it just if you haven't seen one of these. Okay, if you've got a lamp cord and you want to know does it have electricity on it, you don't even have to get into the circuit. You can do it from indirect. Right here is indirect and or inductance, and this is direct, meaning you stick it right in the light socket. And I'm going to do that in a moment. Now all I have to do is touch this part, and you're going to look right there and you'll see a lightning bolt if you see a voltage. Now you have to do both. That one doesn't have it. Right there. See, my hand is actually taking some of it. There's voltage in there. I don't know if you can actually see that, but there's voltage running through that leg. This leg doesn't have it. And here's the other thing is you can check direct voltage with this part. And this is not going to shock you or anything. You just do not want to touch that. Notice it's short. Now, that is ground. This is the hot lead, the little short one. And you stick it right in there. And then you touch it. And you see the voltage go up right there. It's 123 volts each time I touch it. If I go to the ground side, I don't have anything. It just says there's voltage there on the other side. And this is where it locates. This is nice to have. If you've got some repair work, maybe on the car, a couple of wires are skint, this is electrical tape for covering connections. And you have it right here. And that's a standard roll of tape. They just didn't give you a whole lot. Now, moving on down the line, this is a handy thing. Sometimes you're doing some work and you need to measure something. Well, this has got inches and in several different graduations. If you need an 1/8 and a 1/16, it can do it. And you have metric. And it's got its own little place to store so that it'll be ready when you need it. Now, I'm not going to pull these out, but these are several files. Sometimes you need to be able to file off a little area, maybe a burr or something is on something at home, like your latch isn't going into the deadbolt just right, and all you need is to file off just a little area. This is a little file set that would help you do it. Some are flat, some are round, and so that would be a good deal. This is a nice tool to have if you need to do, like, change a light switch out on the wall, maybe it's gone bad, and you need to strip the wire or something like that to fix a lamp cord. Here is a piece of wire, but right here are all the different wire gauges, and there's little places, and this is a lock. And what you can do is cut this off. This is for the people maybe have never seen this and don't know exactly what it does. You have the cutter, and then this helps you to strip it. Okay, you take one, and usually you only want to strip it about 3/4. What you do is find your 18 gauge, and you might test it before you do it because you don't want to cut the wire, you just want to cut the insulation. Now, once you've selected it, you cut down, and then you pull. And there you go. And then you do the other one, 18. Right there. And I pull. And there you go. And then you can twist them and make the connection onto a screw or what have you. Okay, and this, you always want to put the lock back in there and it'll fit in there. You have to push it. And then you have a couple of screwdrivers bigger than these, but flat tip and Phillips. Now, this is a tool that's special for, like, if you have, and I'm just going to show you this one. It handles bits for Phillips, flat tip, any type. Now, this over here on this side are all types of bits here. And I'm going to show you one right here that's very important. Is you got all of these, which you have flat, Phillips, different sizes, but this one right here, in this first set right there, this is important in that it will adapt to these sockets. I'm going to take one out, and I found you may have to use this to pry these out. They are in quite tight, and sometimes you can slide it and pull them out. After you use it a little while, it'll be just fine. Okay, then what you do is push it in there, and now you've got a socket screwdriver of the various sizes, quarter, and it will handle all of these bits up here. Pull that out, take this off, and here's one that I wanted to show you. You have these little square bits. You might have seen some screws that are square, and I happen to have one right here that I was going to show you. See the little square when you see those? There's a lot of places that have them, and you've got the bit for that. There's a few sizes that are popular around the home, and that happens to be one. So those are all quarter, so this fits everything on this side. So that's a handy tool. We're going to go on to the other side while we're talking about this. And you have these drives, but one thing I'm going to tell you, over here you might want to use the ratchet. This is a 3/8 drive ratchet, and right here you have a tool. And here's the thing, is if you have a tool that don't want to come out easily, you may have to pry up on this a little bit, because you don't want this stuff falling out. So it is in there tight. So use a tool to pull it out. Now, put that back in. Okay. And you see this does move in there. Now, what I was going to show you is you may want to use this ratchet, and here is an adapter right there that you can put this in there like that. And then you can use one of these sockets over here if you needed, like that, and you got it. Now, when you put something in, you can't push it in until you push on this, because of this little ball right there. So when you try to push it in, it's not going to go there. That will allow it to go, but it'll pull off on its own. You do have an extension right here. And sometimes an extension is very important. Now, this is 3/8 drive. This is all 3/8, and you can drive it without an extension. And here are about 10 sizes, and the sizes are marked on there. And it will go right in there like that. And now you're ready. I think this is the only extension you have. I don't see any longer one. We'll go back up here to this area, and we have an adjustable wrench. A lot of times you just got one bolt. Maybe you don't have time to go over there and find the wrench, or it may be a standard. You've got an adjustable wrench that can adjust up to that individual bolt that you need to take loose, like on a bicycle. Every home should have a hammer. It's nice over here. We do have some nails and screws and things in this little kit right over here that a hammer would work well with. And right here, got a little of this. And if you'll notice, there's some nails and picture frame hangers and stuff like that. The ratchet. This is another very nice tool. You get packages all the time, and you need to cut the box back down for recycling, or cut the tape and what have you. This is a utility knife, and it can adjust up and back down for storage. Now, one of the things is, I haven't told you yet, but this is a long nose pliers, and it's just to the right of this. Once this part, and you only need to have it out to about there, once that part of the blade gets dull and you want a new one with a nice point, you can move this up to this point. And if you'll notice, on this side is smooth, but you see a little groove there. That's the side you want to go to. And you want to put some glasses on before you do this, because you're going to break that. And anytime you're going to do something like this, you should have eye protection. But I'm going to show you, if you didn't really know about this, it'll help you. Now, you take your long nose pliers. This is another good reason for long nose pliers, and you have a set in your tool kit. Now, you get up close to that little line, and you pull it back there as far as it'll go, and you just break it off. And then you can store it back into its location right here. Okay, there's our pliers. And now these pliers, actually you can grab a bolt if you need, or something that you need to twist. These are handy long nose pliers, and you can cut wire like coat hanger, what have you. So it's very useful for bending things and curving things, okay, and doing just what we did. So it's got its own little place to stay. Right up here is the little various set of Allen tools, and these are handy. You'll run into a lot of cases like fans and things like that that have an Allen tool or Allen bit, and this will help. Okay. Sometimes you got a little piece of wood, like a piece of molding or something or other, that you need to replace or something. Here is a little wood saw. This is not a hacksaw. It looks like a hacksaw, but this is for, they probably make a hacksaw blade, but this would be for cutting wood, little projects like that. And to change the blade, and you have blades, the blades are right here. And this goes in, and I found that the best way to put this in there is put it in like this and then push it down and it goes right in. Okay, so that covers the top tray, the two sides trays. Oh, and we forgot, we gotta just grab this. Tape measure, absolute must to have in a toolbox, and it's a locking tape measure. So, and it also, if you want to stick it on your pants pocket or belt, you got that. Pop that back in there. And now we're ready for this. And I'm going to show you this folds back up independent, and I got to put this back in. So it's best to put that part first and then push down on these, and they will lock in place. Okay. And then you can pull these. Now you do have to have that back far enough that it will close, and that's all closed. And now we have these, you have a nice pair of scissors. You may be cutting fabric or something that you need a pair of scissors on that project that you're doing, or cutting twine, what have you. That is nice to have in a tool kit. These are a must. These are slip joint pliers that you can handle bigger than you can get with this, and you could tighten a bolt or a pipe, twist a pipe, twist anything, and notice you can get a nice square, like on a bolt, you could get it square on there as opposed to a pair of the regular pliers that you're used to. So you do have to put it back to its original position there. Oh, and this was the saw blades. So you do have quite a few saw blades there, and this is where they're stored. Now you have these wrenches, 15 millimeter, and right here is the box end and open end, and you have it all the way to 8. Now they do have the sizes embossed in all of these areas, so you don't have to guess. You can see which one's 10. Tools, this wasn't meant for you to use every one of them. It's to have it available if you do need it. That's what's all about tools. And I think this is a kit that will serve you well, and it'll be a perfect gift idea for someone that you think might need something like this, a new home or something. This would be great for that. Also, campers, people camping, this would be ideal. This is one kit they could probably throw in there, and you got it. The only thing is missing is a cordless drill, and that would be the only other thing that you would want to have possibly. All right. Everything is there. Now I can lock this back. Then we pull this down and pull this over, and this goes back in place. It's very compact, nice case, and that is ready for my next repair job, and this can really do the job, I'm sure. All right, I want to thank you very much for watching my video.